Hey guys, welcome back to Sissy Spaces. I hope you're enjoying your day today, and I want to thank you for sharing a part of it with me. I'm so glad you're here because today's video is a good one. I've compiled several of my most recent cleaning videos into one long deep clean with me marathon that you can put up on your TV, tablet, or phone and do whatever task or chores you need to get done today while bringing me along as a friend to clean with you. What's great about this Deep Clean With Me marathon is that you don't have to stop what you're doing to change the channel. You just have that consistent cleaning, organizing, cooking, decluttering, and laundry motivation with lots of decorating ideas. I've also included some cleaning tips and routines to help you maintain a clean and tidy home. And you have everything you need in this one video to start your decluttering and organizing goals off right. So I hope you enjoy this one and it motivates and inspires you to do all the things you need to get done today. I also hope by cleaning together, cleaning becomes more enjoyable as it has for me. And as always, at the end of the video, if you're new to the channel, hit that like, subscribe button and share this channel with your family and friends. And if you've already subscribed, welcome back and continue to hit that like button. And thanks for your support. I do what I do because of you. So without further ado, let's get this Clean With Me marathon started. Hey guys, welcome back to Sissy Spaces. Today's video is one of my favorites because not only are we cleaning, but I'm also taking you with me on a shopping trip for our weekly grocery haul. And along with cleaning and shopping, we're also doing a lot of restocking and organizing of several rooms within our home. So I hope you're just excited about today's video as I am. And as always, I hope you enjoy it. And if so, and you're new to the channel, at the end of the video, please remember to hit that like, subscribe button and share this channel with your family and friends. And if you've already subscribed, you know that hitting that like button, as well as watching the entire video, really supports the channel. Here, I've disassembled my Keurig coffee pot and will allow the parts to soak for a few hours before descaling it and changing the filter. Also, I'm out of the recommended descaling solution needed, so I've added it to the grocery list and plan to pick some up today. You can use white distilled vinegar to descale it, but I prefer using the recommended descaling solution because sometimes the taste of white distilled vinegar remains until after the first 2 cups of coffee. Now that the weather is much warmer, I'm getting a head start with my spring cleaning today, cleaning our windows beginning with the blinds. Also, while eating breakfast with the family this morning, I noticed the floors were dirty under the counter stools and kitchen eat-in table, as well as in front of the door leading to the backyard. So before going shopping, I want to quickly clean the floors in here using a duster to clean the moldings and a vacuum to clean the floors. Unfortunately, I woke Max while vacuuming, so I'm going to have our youngest take him outside so I can finish cleaning. Also, I do plan to mop the floors in here today, but it depends on how late we return from shopping. And although not shown, I've already cleaned the kitchen countertops and floors, as well as cleaned the table and the brown charger plates located on top of it. thorough clean, next I want to move the table and chairs to vacuum under it. I've already used the duster earlier to remove any dirt seen, but really need to vacuum under it in order to remove any remaining debris left behind. I can't tell you how many times I've hit my head on this chandelier while vacuuming under it, or while returning the table. So now I make it a habit to center the table directly under it, and also ensure all 4 chairs are placed correctly around the table as well. We have raised this chandelier in the past, but it reduced the amount of light needed for this space. So we like to keep it at the height of 30 to 36 inches recommended above the table. As I mentioned earlier, I had already cleaned the floors in this kitchen, but wanted to check to see if any dirt was left under the cabinet which holds the cooktop. Also, I'm returning the artwork today, shown in last week's video, so along with some shopping, I'm also taking you with me to UPS for a quick Amazon return. And since I returned the artwork, I removed it from my Amazon storefront. This day, it was a little over 50 degrees, which is still a little chilly for me. So I did grab a coat before heading out. Also, it rained the night prior, so it was cloudy outside, which caused most of the video to be darker than preferred. But I still wanted to include these clips because this is the start of our shopping trip for our weekly grocery haul. And as mentioned earlier, our first stop is at our local UPS store. These guys know me pretty well, as I do rent a box here, and it's my preferred place when returning items by mail. And less than 5 miles away is my favorite Walmart, based on its distance from the retail stores I like to visit weekly. I did remember to bring my grocery list, and I ate a full breakfast, which consisted of salmon patties and garlic flavored grits. Because we all know if you shop on an empty stomach and without a list, you'll either make purchases you don't need or forget to pick up the essential items you really do need. And if you've been with my channel for a while, you know I always get distracted when it comes to home decor. And lately, Walmart has done a great job of adding decor that's similar to the popular items that are on the market. But as hard as it was, I stuck to the grocery list and loaded up my cart with only the items needed and were on the list. I really did like these decorative pillows from my Texas house, as well as this tube of the Joshua ceramic vase from Pottery Barn. But 2025 will be my year of frugality, limiting purchases of new decor items while working with what I already have. As the old saying goes, it's okay to window shop as long as you don't take anything home. And that's exactly what I did today. Once done loading up the car, we'll head home to restock the fridge, pantry, and laundry room. Usually I would make another shopping trip to Sam's to finish our weekly grocery haul, but I chose to do it tomorrow because I still need to get a load of laundry in the wash as well as pay a few bills online. Hubby and the boys were out, so it did take me a little longer than usual to get everything unloaded, unpacked, and restocked before dinner. But I was proud of myself because I stayed under our $200 weekly budget for Walmart and only brought home what was on the list. And like my mom used to say, any money saved is money earned. As you can see, vegetables were not on the list because hubby plans to pick some up on the way home from bowling. He is cooking tomorrow and wants to pick out the veggies needed as well as the meat. We do have a Sprouts Farmers Market less than 10 minutes away from our home, so more than likely he'll pick up the fresh veggies from there. I do use a running inventory when preparing for our weekly grocery haul, but on occasion, I do add some new items to the list that either you recommend or is a new product for our area. One of the foods that I have been eating as a snack lately are flavored nuts, and at the moment, my favorite are the Planters, buffalo flavored cashews, and ranch flavored almonds. But of course, I'm eating them in moderation because they are high in saturated fat and sodium. Quick check-in. How's everyone doing? The family and I are doing well, except Max's hip joint pain has returned, and he's having a difficult time jumping on the couch. He is 7 years old, which is between 28 to 35 years in human years, and according to his vet, his breed does suffer from hip dysplasia. So we are watching him closely, making sure he's getting plenty of rest, and are providing him with his prescribed pain meds as needed. The boys do eat a lot of hot dogs and hamburgers when on the go, so I stocked up on the buns today, forgetting to grab 2 packs of the hamburger buns versus 1. They also eat a lot of bread, but I usually buy the bread in bulk from Sam's, and we'll do that tomorrow. For those that are new to the channel, our boys are young adults, with our youngest, who's a senior in college. And I almost knocked the phone off this shelf in the laundry room as I was preparing to restock the cabinet above it. I would usually purchase the game flings in bulk from Target, but I no longer do that because I would also buy a lot of unnecessary decor not wanted or needed. So now I pick up one replacement product from Walmart, which has saved us a lot of money. And after tallying up the cost of groceries for the month of January, I was surprised to see that I saved over $300 on our weekly grocery hauls. You'll also notice as I restock the pantry, I'm placing the newer items under or behind the older ones, and I kept the items to a minimum, keeping only what we would typically use within a month or two. This not only saves valuable space in our pantry and fridge, but also reduces waste. We do use a lot of paper towels in our home, but as I've said in past videos, I don't mind paying for convenience, which saves time. And we all know time is our most valuable resource, and as I age, I want to spend that time saved with my family. For For those that are new to the channel, I do like storing our fruit on the counter in this dip and chip tray because mangoes and bananas can lose flavor or texture if refrigerated before they ripen. Also, by leaving fruits out on the counters in the open, the boys are more likely to grab one as a snack versus any other treats that are located in the fridge or pantry. Now that the boys are older, I no longer need to clean the fruit I store on the counters, as they're able to do it for themselves. Also, we keep plenty of fruit and veggie cleaner in the pantry for this purpose, which makes it quick and easy for them to grab, spray, rinse, and go. The last item we need to restock today is Max's peanut butter flavored treats. And of course, I'm going to give him one because while I was out, he behaved very well and stayed out of trouble. The parts of the Keurig coffee pot have been soaking for a while now, so let's wash them by hand and place them on this towel so they can air dry overnight. And tomorrow, after our shopping trip to Sam's and another round of restocking, we'll descale it and change the filter. Once done cleaning these parts, I did place a load of laundry in the wash and heated up some leftovers for dinner. And unfortunately, I didn't pick up the camera until the next day, and that was to fold the remaining laundered items left over from the night before. I do plan to do a lot more cleaning today than yesterday, and of course, shop, restock, and organize. Also, our youngest is taking an afternoon class on campus 2 days per week. So once done cleaning, we'll drop him off at school and do some shopping for our weekly grocery haul. Also, hubby plans to cook dinner today, so that's one less thing I need to worry about. All of this laundry belongs to me and hubby because I wanted to wash some PJs so I can have some clean ones to wear the remainder of the week. These PJs are over 10 years old and have held up pretty well. And of course, I ordered them off Amazon, and I also placed them in my Amazon storefront in case you're interested. I do need to dust this closet and have added it to the list of cleaning tasks for the week, as well as remove all of the clothes from this curio cabinet and clean it as well. I try to do both at least every 3 months, so along with some other deep cleaning tasks, you will be seeing this in a future video. Here I'm grabbing a Swiffer handle and duster in order to clean the double staircase. When we first moved into this home, the stairs were carpeted, and it would take me about 10 to 15 minutes to vacuum them. Now that we've removed the carpet and added laminate flooring, cleaning them is less tedious much easier and faster. But there are some disadvantages to having hard floors on the stairs, such as they become slippery when wet, and our fur baby Max has a difficult time when trying to climb them, which means they're not ideal for houses with young children or seniors. I also like using a vacuum to clean the landing, but will alternate with the duster as I clean the second half. These stairs are much wider and deeper than your standard staircase, which is nice for adults when climbing and descending them. But it also means, with a larger staircase, it does take additional time to clean them. By the way, if you hear any roaring in the background, it's the rain. It started raining about 20 minutes ago, and it's been pretty steady and loud since it started. After checking the weather for our area, I was happy to see that it should end in a few hours. Whenever it rains in our area, I'm always afraid we'll lose power because it does happen very often. As you can see, hubby's getting an early start on dinner because he plans to bowl with his weekly bowling league tonight. I like to call him a professional bowler and chef, but of course he disagrees. In my opinion, anyone who's won awards in their field of expertise and can cook as good as he can while enjoying it is a true professional and chef. We didn't host any guests over the holidays, but I still like to dust the furniture, decor, pictures, and blinds on a weekly basis in this guest room. I also plan to dust the moldings in here, and we'll do the same in our jam/hobby room. These are some of the oldest blinds we have within our home, and they were here when we purchased the home in 2009. They have yellowed over time, but are still in great shape, so we don't have any plans to replace them anytime soon, and we'll continue to use them until they're no longer viable. Also, our neighborhood HOA requires all window treatments to be of a white or off-white color, and these blinds are just that. I did take a quick break to spend some time with hubby as he continued to prep for dinner before dusting this gym/hobby room. The boys and hubby use this room every day, but lately I only come up here to clean and tidy it. I do still walk every day and watch what I eat and how often I eat, but I must admit I do need to add strength training to my exercise routine. It did did rain for about 3 hours, but the weather is a lot warmer than it was yesterday, so I'll take it. By the way, how's the weather in your area? And if you're new to the channel, please introduce yourself in the comments. I also wanted to use a damp microfiber cloth to clean this Bowflex, as well as the remaining equipment in this room, but I'm in a hurry at the moment because I want to finish dusting the closet before taking our youngest to school. Also, hubby just announced he was done cooking the vegetables, and the baked chicken will be done in less than 15 minutes. So along with dusting this closet, I also want to eat before leaving as well. As you can see, those two rooms were pretty dusty, and I used the iRobots to clean the floors. After our youngest and I washed up for an early dinner and finished eating, we headed out to his school, which is about 20 minutes away. And once done dropping him off, I was off to shop at our nearest Sam's Club. After getting distracted for a few minutes, I was back on task, loading up the cart with items that were on the list, as well as one item recommended by you. And I'll share that one item once we arrive home, unpack, and restock. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get everything on the list because they only had one of the 24-pack of Deer Park bottled water in the 23.7-ounce size. Weekly, we like to purchase at least 3 of these, which sometimes last at least 2 weeks. Lucky enough, hubby was able to find 2 additional cases at another Sam's the very next day. Along with some personal hygiene items, I did pick up the 2-pack of honey wheat bread, the Act 2 Butter Lovers popcorn, the 90 fluid ounce bottle of Dawn dish detergent, and the 64-ounce Pearl Milling Company original syrup. I also decided to try this frozen sausage and beef lasagna entree recommended by you a few weeks ago. And as of today, I haven't tried it yet, but once I do, I'll let you know my thoughts. And like yesterday's grocery haul from Walmart, I was under budget, spending less than $112. And as I restocked the kitchen, I also decided to restock the boys' vanities. I would usually place the items on the stairs for them to take care of, but hubby and I are also low on Band-Aids and deodorant, so I figured it would be best if I split those items up between the 4 of us. Also, by splitting these items up, I'm able to save valuable space in our remaining vanity cabinets and drawers, as well as the linen closets. Also, in a past video, someone asked, why am I placing secret deodorant in my youngest son's vanity drawer? And it's because it's the one product that works for him. And as the old saying goes, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Each of us have what we like to call an overflow drawer in our vanity. And as you can see, mine is really overflowing. But I was able to fit the remaining deodorant sticks from the pack nice and neat in it. When it comes to hygiene items, I always like having more than enough than not enough. Also, we keep a lot of Band-Aids on hand because we have a wooded lot. And when doing yard work or after taking Max for a walk, someone always returns in need of a Band-Aid. And again, in this case, I like having more than enough than not enough. Next, we're going to restock, in my opinion, one of the most important drawers in this kitchen, and that's my K-cup drawer. On this day, I hadn't indulged in my daily cup of coffee because I still hadn't descaled the coffee pot or changed the filter. By the way, these K-cup coffee pot drawer organizers are from Amazon, and I ordered the 2-pack, which can hold up to 80 K-cups. And every 3 months, I like to pick up the 72-pack of Dunkin' Donut K-cups, which are my favorite brand of coffee from Sam's Club. And of course, I've added this K-cup drawer organizer to my Amazon storefront in case you're interested. I know it may seem to some that I'm doing a little too much by ensuring all the K-cups are facing the same, but if you've been with my channel for a while, you know that I believe presentation is everything, and a simple, clean, and organized drawer gives the appearance that the rest of your home is clean and organized as well. At the end of a long day, it's always fun to join the family on the couch for some popcorn and movie time. Lately, I've done a great job of reducing the amount of candy we keep in this drawer, but since Valentine's Day is right around the corner, I may pick some chocolate candy up this week or make my own. And as mentioned earlier, I have been enjoying flavored nuts, but of course, because of the fat and salt content, I'm eating them in moderation. At this point, I really wanted a cup of coffee, so I quickly changed the filter by soaking it for 5 minutes and rinsing it under running water for an additional 60 seconds. I also checked to see if all the parts were cleaned and dry before reassembling the coffee pot. Although not recommended, I did indulge in a cup of coffee while eating dinner, and yes, it did disrupt my sleep, which is why it's not recommended so close to bedtime. But I also read that drinking coffee or tea immediately after dinner stimulates and enhances digestion. Hey guys, welcome back to Sissy Spaces. I hope you're having a great day today, and I want to thank you for sharing a part of it with me. In today's Sunday Reset, we're deep cleaning several rooms and cooking an easy dessert recipe just in time for Valentine's Day. And as you can see, we're starting with deep cleaning in our youngest son's bedroom. The boys do a good job of tidying their bedrooms daily, but once per month, I like to deep clean their bedrooms along with their bathrooms and walk-in closets. So I hope you enjoyed today's Sunday Reset and it motivates you to do some deep cleaning and cooking of your own. And as always, at the end of the video, please remember to hit that like, subscribe button and share this channel with your family and friends. Before placing his sheets in the wash, I want to deep clean the washer's drum using the Fresh washing machine cleaner tablets. It's recommended you clean your washer's drum at least once per month or at least every 30 cycles. And if you wash one load per day as I do, that equates to about 1 tablet per month. And the Fresh tablets also comes with a monthly calendar on the box that I like to use as a reminder. Five months ago, we had this board and batten wall installed to give his room a little character. But with board and batten walls, it often creates small crevices and gaps between the boards, which can easily accumulate dust due to their design. And as such, it does require regular cleaning to maintain a clean appearance. So in order to truly deep clean his bedroom, I always move his dresser, nightstand, and bed away from this wall in order to clean it. And along with cleaning the walls and moldings, I also spend some time cleaning the floors using the iRobot vacuums as well as the Swiffer dry sweeping cloths. The iRobots do a great job of cleaning the floors in the boys' bedrooms, but because they do and will miss some spots, I like using the Swiffer dry sweeping cloths, which are great at picking up any remaining dust and dirt left behind. Our youngest son's bedroom does have very high ceilings, which means in addition to this duster, I also use a longer handle duster, which extends up to 10 feet to clean the ceiling fan, as well as the large dome-shaped windows located above it. And although not shown, I did clean those areas, as well as with the iRobot's help, under the bed. And over the last few years, I found these dusters are great at cleaning lampshades. But you can also use a lint roller, which works just as well. And in the past, in addition to dusting his wood furniture, I would also use the Pledge Expert Care Wood Oil to clean and polish it. But today, I opted to use a damp microfiber cloth instead. Don't get me wrong, I still love using the Pledge Expert Care Wood Oil, but like alternating between the two in order to reduce the cost of restocking the product as often. By the way, I have several of these weighted rope knot door stoppers with handles located upstairs, and I use them to keep the bedroom doors open during the day. Our home is over 20 years old and has settled over time, which means the bedroom doors upstairs don't remain open on their own. So I prefer using them versus any other product because they're not only practical, but also easy to move from room to room, yet sturdy enough to withhold the weight of the bedroom doors. And along with the Fresh tablets, I'll have them linked in my description box. also keep a second set of sheets for all of the bedrooms, which allows me to easily rotate between the sets, ensuring a fresh bed while the other set is being washed. Also, having a second set of sheets for all of the bedrooms have come in handy when we experienced an issue with our washer in the past and while waiting to have our water restored due to a busted pipe or annual maintenance. This duvet, as well as the duvet insert, are Amazon finds, as well as the sheets and pillow covers. And they're not only budget friendly, but are easy to clean and maintain. We do wash our sheets and pillow covers weekly, but on occasion, we'll wash the duvet cover once every 3 months or monthly if needed. Quick check-in. How are you doing? The family is doing well, which includes our fur baby Max. The last couple of weeks, he was having reoccurring joint pain, but is back to his old self again, jumping and playing on the couch. I, on the other hand, noticed what I thought was a rash on the back of my hands, but after visiting the doc, was told it was very dry skin due to the harsh weather we had in early January. And she also said my hands are beginning to show signs of age or liver spots, which is primarily due to sun exposure, aging, genetics, as well as hormonal changes. So not only am I using sunscreen on my face, I'm also starting to lather up the back of my hands. For those that are new to the channel, my favorite laundry products are the Gain Moonlight Breeze Scented Powdered Detergent, white distilled vinegar that I use in place of fabric softener, the Gain Moonlight Breeze Scented Firework Beads that I like to use as deodorizers, as well as borax. Also, to keep my whites looking bright, I add 1/4 of a cup of the OxiClean Stain Remover to the pre-wash slot of my front load washer's soap dispenser tray. And to disinfect my laundry baskets in between loads, I spray them with a disinfectant spray until fully covered and allow them to air dry before reusing. Our youngest son doesn't ask for much as far as shoes and clothing is concerned, so keeping his closet clean, tidied, and dust-free doesn't take long at all. Also, unlike his older brother's closet, he does keep it decluttered and organized, which makes it a breeze to maintain it as well. And along with dusting the shelving in his walk-in closet and cleaning the floors, I also like tidying up his clothing, spacing them evenly between the hangers, which reduces wrinkles, helps to maintain the shape of the garments, and it also allows for proper air circulation between them. And along with deep cleaning his bedroom and bathroom today, I also deep clean the catwalk as well, dusting the walls, moldings, and in between the posts of the staircase. I do plan to mop these floors, as well as the floors in his bedroom, but we'll do that tomorrow after mopping the floors in his bathroom. While deep cleaning the catwalk, I heard the jingle on the LG washer, which means his sheets and pillow covers are done and ready to go on the dryer. Also, along with the other Gain Moonlight Breeze scented products, I always add a dryer sheet to our load, except when drying towels. And although not shown, I did take a break to freshen up and to play with Max. Another laundry product that I failed to mention, but use on occasion, is the Shout Stain Remover. I only use it to treat visible stains and allow the product to sit on the stain overnight before washing the garment. And I always prep my washer for the following day by drying out the soap dispenser tray, door to the washer, and rubber gaskets surrounding the drum. To finish deep cleaning our youngest son's bedroom for today, I'm using a damp microfiber cloth as mentioned earlier to clean his furniture as well as his framed traditional African sculptures, which are becoming harder to find. For those that are new to the channel, our youngest is a senior in college and loves collecting this type of artwork, which is not only hard to find, but in my opinion, a little pricey as well. It's getting a little later in the day, but I do want to finish drying and folding his sheets before calling it quits, as well as getting a head start on deep cleaning his bathroom. And while taking a break, I did place the beef and sausage lasagna entree in the oven I picked up last week at Sam's, so I could try it and give you my honest opinion later in the video on whether or not it's worth the price. And as you can see by the look of this microfiber cloth, his furniture and artwork were dirty and definitely need to be cleaned. Also, before deep cleaning his bathroom, I need to refill my cleaning mixture, which consists of cleaning vinegar, water, and about a tablespoon of Dawn dish detergent. And although not shown, I did spray the toilet after spraying the sinks and shower. If you haven't already tried this mixture, you should, because this product actually works. But if you have hard water stains, I suggest you not add the water to the cleaning vinegar, but mix it with Dawn dish detergent only. Also be sure you're using cleaning vinegar and not white distilled vinegar, because cleaning vinegar is more acidic and therefore stronger. And again, I use cleaning vinegar when cleaning and white distilled vinegar in the laundry. Whenever I deep clean our bathrooms, I start from the top down, dusting the lights and bulbs first, but in this case, the lights have been on for a while now and are pretty hot, so I chose to wait to dust them and will do it before mopping the floors tomorrow. Also, I prefer using paper towels versus my microfiber cloths to clean the mirrors, because my microfiber cloths are starting to show their age and are beginning to leave lint on the mirrors whenever I use them. I do plan to replace my microfiber cloths in the coming months, but not today. I still love using my Rubbermaid scrubber to clean the faucets and drains, which reduces the amount of elbow grease needed. But you can also use an old toothbrush, which works just as well. And although not shown, I did spray the faucets with my cleaning mixture before using the Rubbermaid scrubber. Otherwise, you'll risk scratching your faucets if you clean them when dry. I also sprayed the shower walls with the cleaning mixture before using the Scrub Daddy sponge to remove any stains. Also, the mixture has dried on the shower doors, so I will be spraying them down again prior to using the soft side of the Scrub Daddy sponge to clean them. And to save time and effort, I decided to use a drill with cleaning brushes, one for large flat surfaces and another to clean in between the gaps and corners. This set is from Walmart, but you can also order them off Amazon, and you should be able to find them at your local home improvement stores. These shower doors look pretty clean, but wait until I deep clean them and rinse them, and you'll definitely see the difference once done. Also, cleaning these showers are not my favorite chore, but there is one highlight of this task, and that's seeing all the gunk go down the drain as I rinse the shower walls and shower doors. I would usually charge this drill by plugging it in after each use, but forgot on this day. I did eventually charge it, but a few days later. And along with charging the drill, I also cleaned the brush attachments in warm soapy water and allowed them to air dry overnight. And as you can see, I've sprayed these doors down again, and I'm using the soft side of the Scrub Mummy sponge to lift away any soap residue and water stains shown. Also, I am aware that I have been saying Scrub Daddy, but this is the Scrub Mummy sponge, because unlike the Scrub Daddy sponge, the Scrub Mummy sponge has a hard side as well as a soft side. And again, this is my favorite part, watching all the gunk go down the drain. By the way, I did clean this handheld shower head using the Rubbermaid scrubber and the vinegar mixture. Also in the past, I placed this shower head in a bag of cleaning vinegar for a few hours to remove any stubborn calcium deposits that tends to build up on faucets and shower heads over time. Although not shown, I did wipe down the interior and exterior of the shower doors prior to cleaning these shower products. And I also took a break to eat the beef and sausage lasagna entree I mentioned earlier, and after seasoning it with additional salt and pepper, it was pretty good. Today is not towel day, so I returned our youngest son's washcloth to the shower, and later we'll rehang his face towel. By the way, we schedule our laundry days, so everyone is made aware of when to collect their dirty sheets, towels, and clothing. This system works for our family, and it prevents a buildup of dirty laundry sitting in the laundry room. Also, I would like to welcome all our new subscribers to the channel and ask that you introduce yourself in the comments. But I'll go first. My name is Charlene, but my family call me Sissy, thus the channel name. I live outside of Atlanta with my hubby of 33 years, our 2 young adult sons, and our fur baby Max. I enjoy creating all cleaning and homemaking videos, and I give you tips and tricks on how I maintain a clean and tidy home. So again, if you're new to the channel, please introduce yourself because I would love to hear from you. and I always respond. Although it seems as if I'm doing all this deep cleaning and laundry in one day, I'm not. And whenever I am cleaning, cooking, or doing laundry, I take plenty of breaks and do other things that are not on video, such as in this instance, playing with Max. So if you look closely, you'll see Max in some of the clips, but not others. And that's because I tossed him a toy out of frame, or I took a break before returning to fold these sheets. So in summary, don't feel pressured to get everything done in one day, and do what you can when you can. And definitely don't sweat the small stuff. Also, if possible, ask for help. And if you have any kids, get them involved. The boys have been cleaning since they were toddlers, and it started with them picking up and putting away their toys before bedtime. And once they became teenagers, hubby and I would have them cook appetizers and take care of their laundry. Also, if possible, split the household chores. When the boys were younger, hubby and I worked outside the home while also taking evening classes. So we always split the chores as well as the bills. So again, ask for help if needed, because there's no shame in that. Again, the boys do a good job of maintaining their bedrooms, bathrooms, and walk-in closet. But once per month, I like to deep clean and organize them, especially the vanity drawers. Last week, I did some restocking of the boys' vanities, but today, I want to clean the interior of the drawers, as well as clean the vanity cabinets and drawer doors. But first, we'll refill his soap container and finish cleaning the countertops. In my opinion, the key to an organized and tidy home is designating a place for everything and ensuring everyone within your home knows where that place is. For example, I keep similar hygiene supplies in all of our bathrooms, but most of the cleaning supplies are in this bathroom because it has a larger linen closet. So everyone knows to store an overflow of cleaning vinegar in here, and whenever it's needed, they check here first. So again, ensure everything has a place and everyone within your household knows where that place is. Over a year ago, I had both of the boys' vanities repainted because the stain on them had faded over time, and there were lots of chips in the wood. The guy who painted the vanities did a great job because they still look freshly painted, and as of today, I've only found one chip on this vanity and two on my oldest son's vanity. Also, since having them painted, I only use a damp microfiber cloth to clean them versus a cleaning product. About 5 years ago, I placed acrylic organizers in all of our vanity drawers. which was one of the best decisions I've ever made. Not only does it keep the contents separated within the same drawer, it also allows you to quickly find what you're looking for. And because of this, the vanity drawers are easier to maintain and you don't need to clean them as often. And whenever I clean hubbies or the boys' vanities, I always try to return items where they placed them, because I do get frustrated when something is not where I placed it, so I'm sure they feel the same. And now that the boys are older, I also try to give them as much privacy as possible, but also while knowing exactly what is happening within our home. Before mopping the floors, I'm going to use these Clorox wipes to clean this water closet. I've already sprayed my vinegar mixture inside the toilet and cleaned it, so the only thing I need to do now is clean around it, starting with the artwork I've placed above it. This tissue container was surprisingly very dusty, which means it probably hasn't been dusted since I last deep cleaned this bathroom. Also, instead of using a vacuum to clean the floors, I decided to use a good old-fashioned broom. And along with sweeping the floors, we'll use it to sweep the moldings as well. Although not shown, I did dust the shelves in this linen closet before sweeping the floors. And I am aware that vacuuming the floors is more efficient at cleaning them than sweeping, but the iRobots do miss some spots, and there isn't a handheld vacuum on this floor, so to save time, I decided to sweep them instead. Another item that hasn't been cleaned since the last time I deep cleaned this bathroom is this toilet brush and container. When I cleaned the inside of the toilet yesterday, I noticed it with the intention to clean it today, but instead decided to leave it for our son to do when he returns home later this evening. I do plan to mop these floors today once done sweeping them. But first, I want to cook this easy dessert recipe that I thought would be a good idea to share with you just in time for Valentine's Day. As I was sweeping these floors, our oldest son was playing some of his favorite music, which would surprise you considering his age. He loves the oldies but goodies, such as Prince, Michael Jackson, George Michael, and so on. So of course I was jamming along, considering this was the music I listened to when I was younger. I also enjoyed other artists such as Pink, Whitney Houston, Mariah Carey, and the group called TLC. And if you don't mind sharing, who were some of your favorite artists growing up, and has your taste in music changed since then? A little over 8 years ago, I found this easy dessert recipe, and since then has cooked it every Halloween and sometimes on Thanksgiving. I have shared it on this channel before, but it's been over a year. Also, it's much cheaper to make this on your own, using only 4 ingredients versus buying the amount of servings you can make in the store. This easy dessert recipe is called Crock-pot candy, and I'll have it linked in my description box. In my opinion, the most difficult parts of this recipe is opening the packages and cleaning up afterwards. And as you can see, this recipe requires 2 pounds of the white almond bark, and I like to break it up into smaller pieces, which allows it to melt faster. Also, there's no particular order you're required to add these items to the crock pot, but I always start with the almond bark first because it takes the longest to melt. I then add a 12-ounce bag of semi-sweet chocolate chips, a 4-ounce German chocolate bar, and 24 ounces of dry roasted peanuts. You can replace the peanuts with almonds or pecans, but I found over the years that peanuts are much crunchier than the almonds or pecans once done. And after adding all of the ingredients to the crock pot, you want to let it cook on low for 1 hour without messing with it. To preserve the freshness of this almond bark, I like placing it in a freezer bag before storing. And while waiting for this dessert recipe to cook, we'll finish deep cleaning the bathroom by mopping the floors. And although not shown, I did change the Swiffer wet pad midway through once it began to dry out. By the way, I am using a 6-quart crock pot to cook the candy because it's large enough for big batches, but we also use it to cook stews and roasts. And you can make this on the stovetop, but you'll have to wait to add the peanuts until after your chocolate has melted and is smooth. Another ingredient you can also add is peanut butter chips, but I found it to be a little too sweet with the additional chips added. Also, the recipe is not an exact science as far as measurements are concerned, because the recipe I placed in my description box calls for 8 ounces of the German chocolate bar, but I only added 4. And there are tons of other substitutions you can make instead of nuts, such as pretzels, cereal pieces, marshmallows, and the like. My advice is to have fun with it and try different ingredients until you find what you like. Now that the floor chores are done, let's quickly check on the candy to see if all of the chocolate and almond bark has melted. I did wait the full hour before checking on it, and I did mess with it during that time as instructed. And again, the almond bark does take the longest to melt, so according to the instructions, you'll stir to combine everything, then allow it to cook for another hour. The consistency you see here will look completely different after you cook it for another hour, so don't be concerned if you see any chocolate or almond bark that hasn't completely melted. Also, as mentioned previously, your crock pot should be on the low setting, not the high or warm setting, as the low setting can reach temperatures between 164 degrees to 182 degrees Fahrenheit, which is needed in order to reach your desired results. And while waiting the additional hour, I was able to get a lot of this video edited and complete my daily load of laundry. Also, according to the directions, during the last hour, you should stir every 15 minutes, but I never do. And the directions also state that you should drop spoonfuls of the candy onto wax paper. But as you can see, I'm using parchment paper, which works just as well. Usually, I would drop a tablespoon of the candy onto the parchment or wax paper, which is the perfect bite size needed. But this was all of the parchment paper I had, and I was completely out of the wax paper. So I added more candy on top of the ones previously dropped in order to use it all up. And for easier cleanup, you want to clean the crock pot while still warm in order to remove any remaining chocolate left in it. Because once the chocolate hardens, it becomes more difficult to remove. I did wait about 2 hours before checking to see if the chocolate candy had hardened, which of course it had, because chocolate candy typically takes about 20 to 30 minutes to fully harden or set at room temperature. But it all depends on the type of chocolate used and the room temperature itself. There are several ways to store this easy dessert recipe, such as placing it in an airtight container in the fridge, which preserves it up to a month. Or you can do what I always do, which is place it in a glass container on the kitchen counters. Guys, welcome back to Sissy Spaces and another motivational Clean With Me video. In today's weekly reset and Clean With Me, we're going to be resetting our family room, deep cleaning it from top to bottom, as well as degreasing the backsplash and countertops in the kitchen. And along with deep cleaning, I'm sharing some of my cleaning tips and routines, and of course, our daily load of laundry motivation. So I hope you enjoyed today's weekly reset and Clean With Me video, and it motivates you to do some resetting and deep cleaning of your own. And as always, if you're new to the channel, at the end of the video, please remember to hit that like, subscribe button and share this channel with your family and friends. And if you've already subscribed, you know that hitting that like button, as well as watching the entire video, really supports the channel. Now that it's getting warmer, I'm looking forward to opening our windows and doors and allowing the fresh air to enter. But unfortunately, the windows in our family room are fixed, which means they can't be opened or closed. There are some advantages to fixed windows, such as they're energy efficient, easy to clean, and durable. And although a plus during the colder months, I do wish I could open them during the warmer months. Over the past year, I've removed all but one drop of paint off this leather chair, and to avoid ruining the leather, I've only used these leather wipes to do it. I was hoping to remove that last stubborn spot today, but it didn't bulge. I'll try again in a couple of weeks, because when dealing with leather, patience is the key to maintaining it. After giving Max his mid-morning snack, we'll continue to clean the family room, dusting from top to bottom, then spend some time deep cleaning the sofa. It's especially dirty today because Max spent most of the morning playing on it and taking his mid-morning nap. By the way, I also used 3 dusters today to clean the furniture, fireplace, windows, moldings, and decor. And along with help from the iRobot, we'll use a Swiffer sweeping mop and cloth to clean the floors. In last week's video, I mentioned that I do plan to change out this winter decor to spring decor, and I plan to do it using most of what I already have. This is the year of frugality, meaning most of the purchases will be based on needs versus wants. Also, hubby and I have discussed getting the back patio covered, but for now, we'll focus on replacing the roof and the siding of our home instead. The weather this week was absolutely beautiful, and I took advantage of it by taking my daily walks in the mornings versus evenings. On this day in particular, it was 64 degrees, and although it was perfect weather to do some landscaping, I chose to enjoy it leisurely. And it's a good thing I did, because next week, while you're watching this video, in the Atlanta area, it will be much cooler in the mornings, as well as cloudy with a chance of rain. Trying to be very careful when dusting this area because I have broken several pieces of decor that was on this desk in the past, as well as almost knocked the mirror off the wall. Also, the wrought iron legs on this desk is not very sturdy and will bend if this table bears too much weight. Moldings and floors are especially dirty today because I failed to use the iRobot in the past 2 days. Again, I chose to enjoy this warm weather and spent most of my time outdoors or with family. I'm also enjoying this new Netflix series called 0 Day, starring Robert De Niro and Angela Bassett. I'm not going to give the plot away, but let's just say it's a must watch. Once done dusting this bowl we use to hold our remotes, we'll spend some time vacuuming this sofa. 3 months ago, I removed the cushion covers and placed them in the wash on the gentle cycle to clean up. But the cleaning instructions for the sofa states that we should spot clean it only, and that's exactly what we'll do today. But every 4 months, I do like removing the cushion covers and placing them in the wash, and do have plans to do that later this month. See, this sofa is absolutely filthy, but once done vacuuming and spot cleaning it, it'll look as good as new. Again, Max, our fur baby, spends a lot of time playing and sleeping on it, and that's one of the reasons why we chose a sofa darker in color with a high performance fabric. It does take some time to vacuum and spot clean, but I'm not the only member of the family who does it. Last week's video, I did a deep clean of this vacuum as well as changed the filter, and I'm so glad I did because this poor vacuum worked overtime today. I should have shown the dustbin before starting and once done because it was full of dog hair, dust, and debris. And while emptying it, I used a Swiffer duster to clean it, and the Swiffer duster was just as dirty, if not worse. As I vacuumed the cushions, I also wanted to make sure I vacuumed the back, front, and sides of the sofa as well. I didn't vacuum on camera under the cushions today, but believe me when I say you didn't miss anything because it was only a few dog hairs removed. And not surprisingly, most of the dirt and debris you're seeing today were on the cushion covers itself. Again, I do plan to remove the stains off the sofa today, so please stick around to see it because it was a quick and easy process. As mentioned earlier, this sofa is covered in a high-performance fabric, which means it's durable, easy to clean, and able to withstand heavy wear and tear. So if you're looking to replace your current sofa, I suggest you look for one with removable cushion covers and ensure the entire sofa is covered in a high-performance fabric. Whenever Max comes in from outside, he also likes to rub his face and body along the sides of this sofa, which is the main reason why I pay special attention to the sides whenever I clean it. Also this summer, I do plan to repaint the legs and wood components of this sofa and the legs of the matching ottoman, along with a few other projects I have planned for the year. can see, spot cleaning this sofa using unbleached Clorox wipes work, and it lifts and removes the stain quick and easy, as well as dries in under 15 minutes. I have used soapy water to remove the stains, but found it didn't completely remove it, and it always left a soapy residue behind. But before you clean your upholstery using unbleached Clorox wipes, always check the upholstery's care label first. Now that our sofa is clean, we'll dust the pillows before placing them back on the sofa. I do plan to change the pillow covers in a few weeks when I decorate for spring. And whenever I do, I'll wash them on the gentle cycle and use the low heat setting on the LG dryer to dry them. Before vacuuming this rug, we'll vacuum the ottoman first. Max rarely plays with the pillows or rub against the ottoman, so there's not a need to spot clean either of them today. Also, before vacuuming the rug, I do want to disinfect his toys and will ensure they're air dry before he plays with them. I clean Max's toy box and toys, I try to move as quickly as possible because, as I mentioned in last week's video, Max doesn't like it when I touch his things and gets very anxious and nervous as he watches. I did ask our oldest to take him outside for a walk while I finished because it's important that I clean, disinfect, and allow his toys and toy box to air dry before he touches them. After disposing of the used Clorox wipes and returning our cleaning supplies to the kitchen and laundry room, we'll change the vacuum head in order to clean the rug. And as always, we're vacuuming the rug at regular speed and slow speed in order to ensure it's thoroughly clean. Rotate this rug at least twice per year, and because of that, only need to shampoo it once per year. For those that are new to the channel, there aren't any small kids within our household, so shampooing this rug once per year is all that's needed. Also, if you're new to the channel, please introduce yourself in the comments, but I'll go first. My friends call me Charlene, but my family call me Sissy, thus the channel name. I live outside of Atlanta with my hubby of 33 years, our 2 young adult sons, and our fur baby Max. I enjoy creating all cleaning, decorating, and homemaking videos and give you tips and tricks on how I maintain a clean and tidy home. So again, please introduce yourself in the comments because I would love to hear from you and I always respond. Check-in. How are you doing? The family and I are doing well, which includes Mom. Although she's bedridden, I was informed that she was able to sit on the side of the bed without support, which is huge. And our youngest was able to find an internship, which is a requirement for graduation. He has an interview scheduled for this week, and we're praying he gets it. So again, how are you doing? And if you're willing to share, please leave it in the comments. Done vacuuming the back of this sofa, we'll empty the vacuum and clean the canister using a Swiffer duster. After that, we'll take some time to empty all the trash receptacles within our home, which is something I rarely do on this channel. But after emptying the vacuum, I realized all the trash receptacles were full in the kitchen. So I figured, I'm already in here, why not? This is something I rarely do, but trash day is tomorrow, and I want to check to see if any of the trash receptacles are in need of cleaning. Also, I always have the boys collect all the trash within our home the day before trash pickup, regardless of whether the trash receptacles within our home are full or not, because even the smallest amount of trash can cause an odor. The boys do a good job of placing new trash bags at the bottom of the trash cans whenever they collect the trash. So when they pull out the old trash bag, they can put in a fresh one. But I didn't do that today, and we'll let them know. Also, if I didn't replace the trash bag, that means that trash can is in need of cleaning and will be done later today. After replacing this trash bag, which is in my youngest son's bathroom, we'll collect the trash bag in our oldest son's bathroom, then take all the trash collected outside to the 2 large trash bins, along with a broken tripod that hubby was unable to repair. As you can see, Max is back from his walk, and after feeding him, we'll replace the trash bags, then check on the load of colors our oldest placed in the wash. He's working an evening shift today and needs to clean his uniform after working a morning shift the day before. His schedule is all over the place, but the way things are going today, he's just grateful to have a job. After placing the first trash bag incorrectly in the trash bin, I then remembered when replacing the last 2. If you look closely at your trash bags, you'll notice they come with a seam inside out, which means the seam is on the inside of the bag rather than the outside. So when placing the trash bags in the trash bin, you should put the bag over the trash bin like a hat so the seam is hidden within the can. By placing the trash bag in the trash bins correctly, it reduces the risk of tears at the edges. And although not shown, I did feed Max before taking care of this laundry. And I even ate a little something myself. Hubby grilled chicken and steak the night before, which meant we had plenty of leftovers in the fridge for the week. And as a side, he sauteed one of our family's favorite, which is red cabbage and kale. Once the iRobot finished and was back on the charger, I felt it was necessary to dry mop the floors in order to check to see if the iRobot missed any spots. These floors were really dirty because, as I mentioned earlier, it had been 2 days since they were last vacuumed. And once done dry mopping the floors, the Swiffer dry sweeping cloth was visibly dirty, which meant additional cleaning of the floors was necessary. This area is where most of Max's hair had gathered, but I used the Swiffer duster to remove it, so it wasn't that bad, along with the area located in front of the staircase. And once done disposing of the dry sweeping cloth, we'll return to check on the laundry, because I just heard the jingle on the LG dryer, which means that small load should be dry. Again, this is a small load, and that always happens when our oldest loads the washer. I do remind him to check the hampers in me and hubby's closet, as well as his brother's, before placing a load in the wash. And by the looks of this load, that wasn't done. I must admit, though, that I am proud that hubby and I raised a neat and self-sufficient individual, because he does housework and chores without being asked. As I was folding these clothes, Max was winding down for his evening nap, and he was right on schedule. Our youngest did take him out for a short walk once he was done eating, which tires him out and prolongs his usual 1-hour nap. On this day, he only napped twice versus 3 times, but they were over his usual 1-hour time frame. It's the next day, and as you can see, we're starting in the kitchen. Yesterday, after putting away the laundry, I joined Max on the sofa and fell asleep. And when I woke up, it was way too late to record anything else. So my plan for the kitchen today is to degrease or deep clean the backsplash and countertops. But first, we'll unload the dishwasher and do a little organizing of the cabinets and drawers while I store them away. Dishwasher was low on rinse aid, so most of these dishes were wet when I removed them and needed to be hand dried before storing them away. There is an indicator light on this dishwasher that informs you when the rinse aid slot is low, so it was overlooked when the dishwasher was loaded last night. And I'm not sure who loaded it because I was asleep, but that's okay. I'll place some rinse aid in it today before loading it with the dirty dishes that are currently in the sink. I do have plans to clean this utensil drawer and several other drawers and cabinets in this kitchen in the coming weeks, but not today. But I do still want to organize the contents, which will make it easier to clean them when ready. the dishwasher has been unloaded and every item stored away, we'll remove everything from the outer countertops, which will make it easier to deep clean. My goal is to remove all of the grease splatters that have built up on the backsplash, as well as in the crevices of the countertops. I try to degrease the backsplash and countertops at least once per month, but to be honest, I am a few weeks behind. My number one cleaning product that I like using to remove a buildup of grease is Dawn Power Wash. You can fill a sink with warm water and a few tablespoons of Dawn dish detergent, but I like spraying the Dawn Power Wash directly on the backsplash and allow it to sit for a few minutes before scrubbing it with a Scrub Mommy sponge. This allows the product to seep into the crevices and break down and lift any grease for easier removal. I also like using a Scrub Mommy or Daddy sponge to scrub away any visible stains on the surface. And once done scrubbing the backsplash, I follow it up with a damp microfiber cloth to remove the stains as well as soap residue. And although not shown, I did rinse the microfiber cloth in between cleaning. There were some spots that required a little more elbow grease, but overall, it was a quick and easy process. Also, by using only Dawn Power Wash, I was able to safely clean the wood panels surrounding the backsplash, as well as the granite countertops, without worrying whether or not the Dawn Power Wash would ruin them. I was careful not to spray any Dawn Power Wash into the outlets, and I scrubbed the grout lines on the backsplash that really needed it. But if you follow this method and still have stubborn stains on your backsplash grout lines, I suggest scrubbing the grout lines with an old toothbrush or stiff bristle brush for best results. Once done degreasing the backsplash, I did spend some time cleaning the countertops. Usually my cleaning product of choice when cleaning the countertops is unbleached Clorox wipes or the Wyman's Granite and Stone Cleaner. But today, I chose to use a damp microfiber cloth instead in order to remove any soap residue that may have splattered on the countertops while spraying the backsplash. Along with cleaning the backsplash and countertops, we also need to clean the small appliances because they receive just as much grease residue as the backsplash and countertops. And once done cleaning the appliances, we'll return them to their designated space and clean the island sink in the island as well. Although not filmed, later that evening I did clean the air fryer as well as the toaster. It is the boys' responsibility to clean both weekly, but our oldest was at work and our youngest was preparing for a test the following day. Still in the process of collecting documents needed to file our taxes, but definitely will file them before the deadline. We usually file at the end of the month anyway, because most of our investment docs are not available until then. I love having this small TV in the kitchen, but in order to watch our local news, we needed this antenna, which is not the prettiest, but it's necessary. And once done cleaning the sink, using this handy bristle brush, we'll then clean the island and pop-up outlet cover. To load the dishes in the dishwasher, but we'll wait until after hubby and I eat dinner. Also, we are looking forward to watching Venom: The Last Dance, which is streaming on Netflix and a few other channels. We haven't watched a movie in a theater for a while because number one, it's expensive, and number two, lately we've really enjoyed watching them at home. I hope you enjoyed today's weekly reset. Hey guys, welcome back to Sissy Spaces. Today's video is a deep clean with me with some home organization and laundry motivation. Unfortunately, I was unable to decorate this week as promised in my last video because the one new item I'm so looking forward to sharing with you hadn't arrived yet. So I took it as a sign and decided to deep clean instead. The house is pretty empty since taking down all of the Christmas decor, which means it'll be easier to deep clean. So in today's video, we're doing some deep cleaning in the kitchen eat-in area, owner's suite, the catwalk, and in here, the family room. And along with deep cleaning the kitchen, I'm also cleaning and organizing some of the cabinets and drawers, sharing clips of hubby completing part of his honey-do list for the new year, and laundry tips, such as how I keep my whites so bright. So I hope you enjoy this one. And if so, at the end of the video, please remember to like, subscribe, comment, and share. Quick question, are you enjoying the new year so far? I've had a few issues with the changes, but I've learned to overcome and adapt. For example, my bank changed their app, so now it takes me twice as long to pay a bill than before, but I'm sure as I get used to the changes, paying our bills online will become much easier and faster. Also, the editing software that I use to create these videos deleted a template that I use as a title at the beginning of each video. And if you've been with my channel for a while, I'm sure you noticed. Again, these changes are a nuisance, but necessary. And it also keeps us seniors on our toes. twice per year, I try to dust and clean all the walls within our home and alleviate scuffs from furniture and decor as much as possible. But when decorating for the holidays, I moved one of my Anthropologie Mica vases too close to the wall and left this black mark that I've been meaning to remove. And instead of using a magic eraser, I chose to use the Zep foaming wall cleaner instead. But as I scrubbed, I realized that the vase removed some of the paint off the wall. So I need to add this to hubby's honey-do list, which is getting longer day by day. And as I mentioned in the intro, I am sharing clips of him checking 2 of the items off his list today. Last week, this fireplace was used a lot, and as such, it does get pretty dusty in this family room, but especially around the sides of the fireplace and the fireplace hearth. Hubby did change the filters in our home this past week, which helped with the dust in the air, and the boys and I dusted most, but not all of the air vents. But I've added the remaining ones to my list of things to do today. By the way, it's important to clean your air vents at least twice per year, and the air ducts every 3 to 5 years, because dirty air vents and ducts can block air from getting through just like objects can. I am still looking for artwork to go on the wall above this chair, and instead of my original idea of landscape art, I'm veering towards more of a modern piece that incorporates most of the colors within our home. Also, I was asked why I don't use a lot of colors when decorating, and in my opinion, I found it easier to decorate with neutral colors versus bold colors. But I do add color during Christmas, spring, and fall with faux florals, pumpkins, and the like. While I was cleaning the mantle and surround of the fireplace, hubby was repairing the dents and holes on our wood grain laminate floors located next to the double staircase. In October, I had the boys bring the desk from the gym downstairs so I could resand and stain it. As the boys were coming down the staircase, one of the drawers from the desk fell and left several dents and a hole in our wood grain laminate floors. To fix it, hubby's using wood putty in the color black, which matches the striations in the floors perfectly. By the way, wood putty is just one type of wood filler, and it's best for use when repairing wood grain laminate floors versus wood filler, which should be used on natural wood floors. And you just saw hubby check off a second item on his honey-do list, which was repairing the damage to the drywall located next to the fireplace, which occurred 2 weeks ago while removing the battery pack to the twinkle lights that I had taped to the wall using command strips. To fix it, yesterday he applied spackle to it, and today used a fine grit sandpaper to sand the entire surface until the area was flat and even with the rest of the wall. He does plan to paint it, but in a few days, because he has other holes he wants to repair first. I did use the Yonder Eye robot to assist me in cleaning the floors, but I still like using this Dyson V15 vacuum to clean the rugs. The Eye robots do a great job of cleaning the hard floors, but not so great on carpets. So I always follow it up by using this Dyson vacuum instead. And whenever I vacuum the rugs, I clean the vacuum using a Swiffer duster and extendable handle. The hard floors in the family room were not that bad, so I'm going to use the same sweeping cloth on this Swiffer sweeping mop to clean the floors in the kitchen. But before cleaning the floors, we need to clean the moldings and blinds first. And of course, I'm going to use a new Swiffer duster on this extendable Swiffer handle, which makes removing dust and dirt off blinds and moldings a breeze. And while I was hard at work cleaning, hubby was doing some meal prepping for dinner. If you're new to the channel, hubby and I like to cook in bulk, which means the family will have plenty of leftovers for the week. I cook all of our breakfast meals, while hubby cooks most of our dinner meals. And the rule in our family is, and will always be, whoever cooks doesn't clean. By the way, for dinner tonight, hubby prepared sauteed bell peppers and collards with roasted asparagus and grilled chicken. Some of the furniture within our home is as old as the boys, and I maintain it by cleaning, conditioning, and repairing it as needed. The kitchen and formal dining room tabletops will need to be sanded and restained in the near future, but in the meantime, the boys and I are using coasters and charger plates to protect it from stains, spills, and heat. I'm personally not a fan of tablecloths, so I use coasters and chargers instead. Also, an added benefit, chargers are great at helping to retain the heat of your meals and protect the table from getting damaged due to hot plates or bowls. Here I'm cleaning and checking the felt pads on the bottom of these counter stools, which were in good condition, but the chairs were another story. A few were missing felt pads, and most were in bad shape. So instead of replacing the missing ones, I replaced them all. By the way, if you have hard floors, I highly suggest using felt pads because they're cost effective, prolong the life of your hard floors, and help absorb sound as you move your furniture around. And in my case, an added benefit is that felt pads make it easier to slide furniture across the floor when I'm cleaning or rearranging. In my opinion, the most difficult part of changing these pads was peeling off the adhesive backing and lifting the chairs. Also, I do check these every 3 months, and in between that time, I use a microfiber cloth, as shown earlier, to remove any debris which could hinder their performance, because dust and dirt can accumulate on the felt pads, creating friction against your hard floors and possibly scratch the surface. I do plan to mop these floors, but first need to clean the mirror located across from the stairs, as well as replace the desk that I use as a console table back in its place. Plus, hubby will be done with dinner soon, so once done mopping the floors, we'll stop for the night and start up first thing in the morning, deep cleaning another space within our home. Believe it or not, it's not even 5 p.m. yet, and it was already getting dark outside. By the way, this is the desk I was referring to earlier, and the top of it is made of real wood with the bottom consisting of a wrought iron or metal base. And it was a Home Goods find 2 years ago at less than $150. Also today, I think you can find something similar at Ashley's Furniture. And the round 36 by 36 mirror shown earlier was less than $40 at Sam's Club a few years ago as well. I did go over the floors twice in order to remove any excess product left behind, and I changed the pad in between because the first pad was heavily soiled. Also, there are other alternatives out there that are just as convenient, non-toxic, and budget-friendly, but I do prefer to use the Swiffer products, whether wet or dry instead. After returning the bar stools, tables, and chairs, I did begin building a schedule of upcoming videos, but would love to hear what you would like to see. What I've scheduled so far are lots of cleaning, restocking, organizing, and laundry motivation videos, as well as decorating and cleaning marathons. I don't declutter a lot because I remove items as new items come in, but are there any videos you would like to see that I didn't mention but are within my niche? A few years ago, I ordered these spice jars and labels from Amazon and tediously transferred all of my spices from their old containers into these. Today, you no longer need to do this because they're now sold already in these jars that I've seen, and from there, you can buy your spices in bulk to refill them. So the initial task of changing everything out is no longer needed. Also, while inventorying and cleaning our spice cabinets and drawers, I realize we have too many spices, and you'll see what I mean when I'm done cleaning and organizing in the kitchen today. To deep clean these cabinets and drawers, I'm using a damp microfiber cloth dipped in a soapy mixture of Dawn dish detergent and warm water. And before using the damp microfiber cloth, I did vacuum the drawers and cabinets first using the iHome portable handheld vacuum that you can find on Amazon. I also dipped and rinsed the damp microfiber cloth in between cleanings and ensured the drawers and cabinets were not visibly wet or damp before replacing the liners or products back in them. I do make my own Italian seasoning, which is why I have a white mini mortar and pestle set. And it's easy to make by combining several other dried seasonings, which consist of dried oregano, basil, thyme, rosemary, parsley, marjoram, which is similar to oregano, but it's a little sweeter, and sometimes I add red pepper flakes and garlic powder. That's if I'm seasoning a pasta or pizza dish. But you can also add Italian seasoning to sandwiches, chicken, fish, and vegetables. Along with storing spices and seasonings in the drawer previously shown, we also store the larger containers in the small cabinets above and in this pull-out spice rack. I say spices and seasonings because they are different. For example, spices such as cinnamon, nutmeg, peppercorn, and turmeric are individual ingredients, while seasonings such as Italian seasoning, taco seasoning, and poultry seasoning are a combination of various ingredients. This Revo Shelf pull-out utensil cabinet organizer with bins was installed a few months ago, and I still haven't figured out how to remove the stainless steel bins without having to remove the adjustable shelf. So for now, I keep it clean by vacuuming and cleaning the bins with a damp microfiber cloth at least monthly. I ordered this off Wayfair, but you can also find it on Amazon and at your local home improvement stores. And if interested, remember to measure your cabinet space first to ensure you get the right size. The top of this vent hood cabinet is always covered in dirt, dust, and oils, so monthly I clean it with a damp microfiber cloth. I used to clean it weekly with Dawn Power Wash, but noticed that I had removed most of the paint. So now I clean it monthly with a damp microfiber cloth instead. As mentioned earlier, this cabinet is where we keep our other large spices and seasonings, and most of these products are used by hubby when grilling. We also keep our overflow items in here, such as salt, baking soda, and large containers of the Louisiana hot sauce. Quick check-in. How are you doing? The family and I are doing well and are finally getting back on the schedule after the holidays. Our youngest starts college classes on Monday for the second quarter of his senior year. And boy, am I going to miss him because he is my biggest helper. Our oldest work schedule has changed, so now he's working mostly in the afternoons and evenings. Hubby's bowling leagues are starting up again, 3 days per week. Max, our fur baby, is still a handful as usual, and I'm back to my daily, weekly, and monthly cleaning schedules and routines. I am thinking of rearranging some of my kitchen cabinets and drawers this year because I realize some of the cabinets and drawers are rarely used, meaning the contents are no longer needed. I do need to check in with hubby first because although I might not use it, he probably does. And of course, if I do make changes, I'll definitely share it with you in a future video. Once done cleaning and organizing this cookware drawer, we'll move on to our second cabinet above, which holds additional spices and seasonings. But it's also where we keep our sauces used to flavor our foods. I do have all but one of the shelves on this cabinet lined because the top shelf is mainly used to store our overflow items. As I'm doing these voiceovers, I'm keeping an eye on the weather as well. It's snowing in Atlanta, which doesn't occur very often, because the last time it snowed was January of 2018, and it shut down the city as it has on this day, which is Friday. Also, Max, our fur baby, has had a couple of accidents in the house because he doesn't want to go outside in the snow. Again, I have spoiled him, and I can only blame myself. It was so refreshing to get this done, and along with cleaning and organizing the kitchen cabinets and drawers, I also did a quick inventory to see what was needed. By the way, after cleaning the exterior of these kitchen cabinets, I do have a few more we need to deep clean and organize before moving on to the primary bedroom. And although not shown, I am rinsing the microfiber cloth in between cleaning the interior and exterior of the cabinets. This cabinet is where we keep all of our baking pans, cutting boards, wok, and punch bowl. And to keep it organized, I had a baking sheet organizer installed, which maximizes the storage space. And I can easily see all of the baking pans and cutting boards at once, making it easier to choose what's needed. Another advantage of this organizer is that you can quickly grab the pan or board you need without having to rummage through a pile of stacked items. I get a lot of questions about this sink mat, and I ordered it from Amazon 4.5 years ago. It's called the WeatherTech Sink Liner Mat, and it comes in various sizes and 2 different colors. The tan color shown here, but also black. It's trimmable and customizable, but also durable, flexible, odorless, non-toxic, and 100% recyclable. Another benefit is that it's easy to clean and does a great job of protecting the bottom of these wood cabinets if another leak should occur, as it has in the past. I do have another sink mat that I keep under the larger sink, and I'm thinking of ordering more for the bathroom sinks. Also, after giving Max a snack, the last cabinet we'll clean in this kitchen today is the double trash can pull-out cabinet, which is also soft closed and can be found at your local home improvement stores. I maintain it by cleaning it weekly to keep the odors and pests at bay. It wasn't as bad as I thought it would be, but there's always something to be found once the trash cans have been removed. Also, as I was vacuuming it, I realized that I need to change the vacuum head to the smaller one in order for it to fit between the crevices of the metal mount. I have in the past attached the mount to clean the base of the cabinet, but it was a pain to replace, so I no longer do it. Tomorrow is trash day, so I left the receptacles out so our youngest can gather all the trash and place the large trash bins on the curb. And as mentioned earlier, we are deep cleaning the primary bedroom today, moving furniture in order to clean under and behind it. Last week I cleaned the blinds, sitting area, and behind the bed and nightstand. So today I need to focus on the TV, fireplace, curio cabinet, and the floors. Along with the fireplace in the family room, we also used this fireplace a lot last week as well. And I'm so happy that I deep cleaned it beforehand because it was filthy. Also, it does have multiple flame brightness settings, 6 flame colors, and 6 adjustable thermostat settings. By the way, it was so peaceful lying in bed and watching the flames last night, but most importantly, it did provide ample heat, which kept our bedroom warm and cozy. At one point, I did store this Dyson V15 vacuum in the laundry room, but decided to move it in our bedroom because our laundry room is not very big and the dryer door couldn't extend all the way because of where the vacuum was placed. Also, it is nice to have it in here because I do have a habit of vacuuming our floors in the bedroom, bathroom, and walk-in closet multiple times per week. I chuckled when I saw this fall stand behind this curio cabinet because it was the third one I've seen this week. I found one under our bed, another behind the fireplace, and now this one. I don't recall if I dropped the faux stems at one point, or maybe they were blown off when using the ceiling fan. I'm just happy I didn't find any pests because during our bathroom remodel I did, and it almost gave me a heart attack. I haven't seen any pests since the completion of our bathroom, and I'm hoping this stroke of luck continues. Once done cleaning the moldings behind the chairs, we'll dispose of the duster, then used a sprayway glass cleaner to clean the fireplace and mirror in the bedroom. After cleaning the glass of the fireplace in a 36 by 36 round mirror from Sam's Club, I did clean the glass on the curio cabinet, but failed to record it. I did need to sit down to clean the glass of the fireplace because while cleaning it standing, it caused a lot of streaks. So unfortunately, I had to spray it twice and clean it with smaller strokes vertically and then horizontally. I did run the iRobots this morning, but left our bedroom door closed, so they didn't get a chance to clean the floors in here before returning to their charging dock. Also, I'm not vacuuming the rug in here today because I vacuumed it a couple of days ago. But I do want to vacuum the hard floors in here, as well as the floors in our bathroom and walk-in closet. Unfortunately, I didn't get a chance to mop in here today, but will this weekend once done deep cleaning our bathroom. As mentioned earlier, I do vacuum the floors in our bedroom, bathroom, and walk-in closet multiple times per week because those are the areas in which I walk around barefoot, and whenever I feel any dirt under my feet, I pull out the vacuum. I mostly wear socks or sliders in the remaining rooms of our home, so vacuuming those rooms once per week is the norm. The boys and I did a little bit of dusting of the moldings on the double staircase last week, but I figured since I plan to dust the moldings and the air vents on the catwalk, I might as well finish dusting the moldings on the double staircase as well. And although not shown, I did dust the air vents in our bedroom, bathroom, and walk-in closet, as well as the ones in the kitchen and family room. Our next deep cleaning task is washing the boys' duvet covers. Last year or last month, I washed the guest room and me and hubby's duvet covers with hopes of tackling the boys' duvet covers in the new year. It is a painful process of removing duvet covers from the inserts, and I always have help when putting them back on. But it's important to me that all duvet covers are washed at least monthly. We do use a top or flat sheet, which acts as a barrier between our body and the duvet cover, so washing them monthly will suffice. To wash these duvet covers or any laundry items, I use our regular laundry products, which are the Gain Moonlight Breeze scented powdered detergent, white distilled vinegar that I place in our fabric softener and bleach tray, the Gain Moonlight Breeze scented firework beads, and borax. But with whites and these duvet covers, I also add OxiClean and the LG front load washers pre-wash tray. By the way, I started doing this during our bathroom remodel because we didn't have the tub that I would use to soak our whites in with a combination of hot water, OxiClean, Gain detergent, and white distilled vinegar. And since changing the process, I found it much easier and works just as well as when I was soaking our whites overnight. Also, I was asked why I use white distilled vinegar versus fabric softener, And it's because years ago I read an article that said white distilled vinegar doesn't leave soap residue on our clothes, it's much more cost effective, and it's less likely to irritate our skin. And I have been using white distilled vinegar for over 8 years now and found these statements to be a fact. Plus, since using white distilled vinegar, my washer stays cleaner and fresher for longer. And the last deep cleaning task we need to do today is disinfect the countertops. And to do this, I'm using the lemon-scented, bleach-free Clorox wipes. This morning after breakfast, I did clean these countertops with a damp microfiber cloth dipped in Dawn dish detergent and water, but that was only a surface clean because Dawn dish detergent is not a disinfectant. Sometimes I do use the Wyman's granite and stone cleaner to disinfect these countertops, but chose to use these bleach-free Clorox wipes today instead. I do alternate between the two weekly, and they both do a great job, but the Clorox wipes are convenient, and that when done, I can toss them in the trash instead of having to clean an additional microfiber cloth. Hey guys, welcome back to Sissy Spaces. In today's video, I'm sharing lots of deep cleaning motivation, a little bit of organizing, and some laundry motivation, along with lots of cleaning and organizing tips that I use to maintain a clean and tidy home. I'm also sharing a new recipe that hubby discovered using roasted seaweed wraps. And as you can see, we're starting by deep cleaning the walls, moldings, blinds, and furniture in hubby's office using the Swiffer dry sweeping mop and duster. And I'm alternating between the two because the mop does a good job of cleaning the walls and moldings while the duster is great at cleaning the blinds. And by switching between the two cleaning tools, I was able to complete this cleaning task in under 10 minutes. By the way, if you enjoyed today's video, please remember to like, subscribe if you're new, comment, and share. In my opinion, the easiest way to keep your blinds clean is by dusting them regularly. And by doing so, you don't have to deep clean them as often. Once per year, I do deep clean the blinds using a microfiber cloth dipped in warm soapy water, and on occasion, I have removed a heavily soiled blind and soaked it in soapy water before wiping it down with a sponge. But to avoid having to do this often, I dust the blinds when able and if needed. And to keep the walls and TVs clean, I dust them on occasion using a Swiffer duster and mop or a long-handled feathered duster that hubby picked up years ago from Lowe's. And to remove smudges or fingerprints off the screen, I use 2 microfiber cloths, one dampened and the other dry, ensuring to completely dry the TV screen, which prevents streaks. Also, it's recommended that you check your TV's user manual because some TVs come with an anti-glare coating that may require a specialized TV screen cleaner. In order to prepare our spending budget for March, last night hubby and I added up all of our receipts for February and adjusted March's budget for the rising cost of groceries. This, along with several other budgeting techniques, have allowed us to become debt-free and keep it off for over 9 years. And to prevent identity theft and fraud, we shred all of our documents and receipts that are not needed. Also, shredding reduces paper waste and takes up less space than unshredded documents. Every 3 to 6 months, I clean the ceiling fans using a Swiffer duster or damp microfiber cloth. But I found that a damp microfiber cloth is only needed if there are visible stubborn stains remaining on the blades after dusting them. By the way, if you choose to use a damp microfiber cloth, be sure to completely dry the blades because any moisture remaining on them will attract more dust. Another budgeting tip that I've used over the past 9 years in order to remain debt-free is to take care of what I already have, such as furniture, versus purchasing something new. And to do this, I use a cleaning product that is safe but also suitable for the job. For example, this is an old oak desk that we've had in our family for over 20 years. And to keep it clean, I dust it regularly using a dry microfiber cloth or the Swiffer duster. And when deep cleaning is needed, like today, I use the Pledge Expert Care wood oil, which not only cleans the wood, but also conditions it. In the past, I've also used a damp microfiber cloth with a dry one to clean this desk, but lately prefer using the Pledge Expert Care wood oil. By the way, if you no longer like the look of your furniture, another budgeting tip is to paint it or sand it down and restain it. I have done this in the past and plan to continue to do so as needed. The recessed panels on this desk gives this piece a more traditional look than modern, but I do prefer traditional pieces or a style of furniture. Some may consider this piece old-fashioned or out of style, but in my opinion, I consider it timeless. I do have raised panel doors on our kitchen cabinets, which gives it a more sophisticated look, and raised panel cabinet doors are durable and built to last for many years. But I do like the look of this desk and will try to maintain it as long as possible. Also, if you're trying to decide between raised or recessed panels, the recessed panels are easier and quicker to clean than the raised ones. Here, I'm dusting me and hubby's shadow boxes that were gifted to us at our retirements after serving 20 plus years in the military each. I do plan to clean the glass later in this video using the Spray Wave Foaming Glass Cleaner. But first, I want to clean these bookshelves using the same microfiber cloth I used to clean the wood frame of the boxes. I have in the past used a damp microfiber cloth dipped in warm soapy water to clean them, but like alternating between the two in order to save time and money by not having to purchase the cleaning products more often. As I clean these bookshelves, you may have noticed that I use items as decor that serve different purposes, such as the white porcelain cake stands and mixing bowl. It can become expensive when decorating bookshelves, so to save money on decor, I like using these items as well as repurposing existing items and mixing up book stacking techniques. Also, the ceramic vases were on clearance and I spray painted them black, along with other unique and inexpensive thrift store finds. By the way, the wicker baskets are not only decorative, but we also use them to store our family photos as well as trinkets we've collected over the years. Along with this air filter that was a gift from hubby's late best friend and holds sentimental value. Along with using these porcelain cake stands as decor, I also use them to display the muffins and cookies I order occasionally from the Sam's Bakery. I recently picked up the 9-pack of the Member Spark variety muffins in the flavors lemon curd, chocolate chip, and triple berry, and they were absolutely delicious. I should have included a photo here, but there were only 2 left at the time of filming. By the way, Along with cleaning the bookshelves, I also clean and organize the interior drawers and cabinets, but in order to save time, did most of it off camera last night after adding up all of our February receipts. But I am giving you a look of the organized cabinets here today as I clean the exterior and interior of the doors. Years ago, I had these file drawers installed to house all of our important documents, as well as to store paid bills and warranties for up to a year. These drawers have been a game changer, as I'm now able to keep all the files organized by title, which allows for easier retrieval as needed. I also added the doors on the ends of the last 3 shelves of this bookcase in order to hide any clutter, enhance the look of the bookcase, and protect the items on those shelves from dust, thus reducing the amount of time I would need to clean them. When deep cleaning, I try to be as thorough as possible, cleaning from top to bottom and sometimes from inside out. But when cleaning cabinets, I like to clean the doors first, which ensures I don't forget to clean them once done decluttering and organizing the contents. I also deep clean at least 1 room per week, but tidy several spaces throughout the week in order to maintain them. On occasion, like today, my cleaning routine may change. I had originally planned to deep clean this office only, but since I was able to do most of my cleaning and organizing of the cabinets and desk drawers last night, I have extra time to deep clean our foyer and dining room today, in which I'm sharing with you later in this video. And before cleaning the floors, I do want to remove some stains off the window moldings and baseboards I noticed earlier while dusting them. Max likes to stand in this area, placing his front paws on the window moldings as he observes what's happening outside. So here I'm using this microfiber cloth with a little bit of pledge to remove them, which didn't take long at all. I no longer use a magic eraser when removing stains off moldings and walls because they can also remove the paint due to their abrasive nature. And to remove stubborn stains off walls, I prefer using the Zep foaming wall cleaner, which works just as well, if not better. Whenever I clean, I always return my cleaning products and tools to their designated space. By doing this, it allows me to maintain a clutter-free zone, as well as tidy the cabinets and spaces where the items are kept. Also, at times, I forget to take a break while cleaning, but I've found whenever I return cleaning supplies and tools, it forces me to leave that area, and when I do, I find myself taking a much-needed break, which was done several times today. As I cleaned this office, Max was spending most of his time with hubby and the boys. But as soon as I started cleaning his crate, he did break away to witness exactly what I was doing. And I finally found a cable management system from Amazon so we can organize all the cables, cords, and the surge protector located under hubby's desk. It is on hubby's honey-do list, and once completed, I'll share it in an upcoming video. Although at a glance, these floors don't look very dirty, but wait until you see the Swiffer sweeping cloth once done cleaning them. And unlike last week, I did remember to turn the iRobot on in the family room this morning, and we'll turn on the iRobot in the dining room once I go in there to deep clean it. I also want to deep clean the double staircase after cleaning the foyer and dining room, but decided to clean them tomorrow versus today. I did receive an offer from a sponsor to replace hubby's office chair, but I declined it because this chair may not be pretty, but is still in good shape. And the leather shows no signs of cracking and fading, and that's because at least once per month, I do deep clean and condition the leather using the Wyman's leather and conditioning wipes. The family and I also use these wipes to clean our leather shoes, and I on occasion use them to clean my leather purses. Again, this chair does show a few signs of aging, but it still works. And until it no longer does, we don't have any plans to replace it. This chair is over 10 years old, and 6 years ago, we did need to replace one of the wheels that cracked, but other than that, we've not had any other problems with it. And along with cleaning the leather, I clean the base, which is always the dirtiest part of the chair itself. In order to finish deep cleaning this office today, we'll use the Sprayway glass cleaner to clean the glass on me and hubby's shadow boxes, and then use the unbleached Clorox wipes to clean Max's crate. We're not mopping the floors in here on camera today, but I do have plans to mop the floors in here tomorrow, along with the floors in the foyer, dining room, and on the double staircase. If you've been with my channel for a while, you know I prefer mopping the floors in several rooms of our home all at once versus individually over a few days. And as you can see, Max heard me moving his crate and came right over to supervise. I am moving as fast as I can because this does cause him some anxiety. And to be honest, it stresses me out as well. I also plan to sanitize his used towels and his favorite throw today, which is something he doesn't like, but also must be done. Before placing this particular towel that we use as a crate liner in the wash, I do like removing any excess pet hair and debris. And whenever I wash his towels and throws, I also include the microfiber pet rugs located by the doors. This not only ensures a full load, but also means I only need to deep clean the tub of the washer once per week using my vinegar mixture. But I also clean the tub of the washer once per month using the Fresh washing machine cleaner tablets. To clean this foyer, we started by using a long-handled feather brush to dust the window and remove any cobwebs seen from the corners around it, as well as the door. From there, we'll clean the door and side lights using a clean microfiber cloth dipped in warm soapy water. This door and side lights were painted black over a year ago, so using Dawn dish detergent and warm water to clean them is the best option. And although not shown, I did dry the door and side lights using a clean dry microfiber cloth once done. As you can see, the original color of this door and side lights were dark red in color, but we chose to paint it black, which worked with the existing colors within our home. Also, the interior of the door and side lights were showing signs of aging, with chips in the paint as well as fading in some areas. So painting the door black, in my opinion, was the best option. deep clean this dining room, we'll start by cleaning the walls, blinds, and moldings using the same long-handled feather brush used in the foyer. We'll also use the same soapy water and microfiber cloth used earlier to remove any stains off the moldings and baseboards around the window as well. These blinds were installed last summer after replacing the window, so they're the newest within our home, which means they're the easiest to clean. Since replacing this window, we've not had any leaks, but our youngest son's bedroom window, which is located right above this one, is not so lucky. Hubby, with our oldest help, did patch any holes seen in the stucco surrounding the exterior of the window, and this helped, but it did rain recently, and afterwards I did notice a few drops on the window sill. Hubby will patch it again, and if any further leaks are discovered, we'll hire a professional window installer to take a look at it. Hubby and I have discussed having all of the stucco removed from around the windows on the front of our home, but didn't think it was necessary because we've only experienced leaks around this dining room window as well as the one above it. We're hoping after patching our youngest son's window again, this will no longer be an issue. And while patching it this time, we'll also place some clear waterproof silicone around the interior of the window as well. It has been a while since I cleaned the chandelier in this dining room, and when removing the table, I did notice a few cobwebs surrounding it. After dusting it, we'll use the damp microfiber cloth to clean the rod, chain, shades, and arms, and I'm being very careful as not to damage it. In the past, I have broken one of these glass shades, but was able to find a near perfect match at our local warehouse store. And if you look closely, you may be able to spot the new one. During the holidays, our youngest spilled some turmeric sauce on one of these chairs, and after removing the stain, I did clean the cushions on the remaining chairs. So today, we'll give the cushions a quick vacuum and clean the wood portion of the chairs using a damp microfiber cloth. These cushions are covered in a high-performance fabric, which means they're durable and easy to maintain. Along with cleaning the walls, moldings, chandelier, chairs, and table in this dining room today, I also plan to clean the ceramic clay pots that are currently on the table. And it's a good thing I did because they were filthy. Also, Max likes to look out this window as well as the one in the office. So along with cleaning the moldings around the windows in the office, we also need to clean the moldings around the windows in this dining room as well. In the past, when cleaning the back of these chairs, I didn't remove all of the moisture in between the crevices. As such, I noticed recently some of the wood has splintered and may need to be replaced in the near future. So for now, when cleaning these chairs, I check to ensure as much water as possible is removed from the microfiber cloth before wiping them down. And as an extra precaution, I use a dry microfiber cloth to remove any moisture seen trapped in between the crevices on the back of these chairs. check in. How are you doing? The family and I are doing well, except our youngest didn't get the internship he interviewed for 2 weeks ago. But as Sue said, the one he's meant to have will come his way. Also, Mom is continuing to do well and sends her love. To finish deep cleaning this dining room, we'll clean this artwork that has been in our family for over 30 years, as well as clean the ceramic clay pots and the table. The iRobot is doing a thorough job of cleaning the floors, so it won't take long to follow up with a quick vacuum. Also, we're not mopping the floors in here today, but we'll mop them tomorrow after mopping the office, foyer, and the double staircase. Next, we'll deep clean the dining room table using the Pledge Expert Care Wood Oil and a clean dry microfiber cloth. By the way, the ceramic clay pots I cleaned earlier are from Wayfair, and I used some gift certificates received over the holidays to get them. Also, I should have shown you the microfiber cloth once done cleaning them because it was filthy. I do plan to place some stems in the ceramic clay pots and move them in another room within our home. So if you're not already subscribed, please do so you don't miss it. After deep cleaning this table, I did take a break before vacuuming the floors and returning the chairs to the table. The iRobot did a good job of cleaning the floors, so vacuuming them using the handheld Dyson V15 vacuum didn't take long at all. This is the point at which I realized I should call it quits because I hadn't prepped anything for dinner and it was getting pretty late. So once done replacing the chairs, vacuuming, and disposing of the dirty water, I called it a night and started the next day cleaning the double staircase. I also decided to leave the long-handled feather brush in the foyer so our oldest could dust the remaining walls in the foyer I was unable to reach. I started cleaning this double staircase late on this day because I had a few errands to run earlier this morning, as well as visiting Sam's and Walmart for our weekly grocery haul. Also, deep cleaning the staircase doesn't take very long at all, especially since I have the right cleaning tools to complete the job. And along with deep cleaning the staircase, I also need to place our daily load of laundry in the wash because I forgot to do it before running errands. But I did remember to reset the family room as well as tidy the kitchen and make our bed. In my opinion, one of the best decisions I made over a year ago was switching from the game pods to the game powdered detergent because while using the pods, they would often fail to dissolve completely, leaving a sticky residue on our clothes or in the washer. And when choosing a replacement, I chose to use powdered detergent versus liquid because powdered detergent is more cost effective, contains less preservatives than liquid detergent, and does a better job of removing stains. After disinfecting this laundry basket, I decided to take a break to see what hubby was prepping for dinner, and noticed that along with our usual sauteed kale, mushrooms with red peppers and roasted chicken, hubby also wanted to incorporate roasted seaweed wraps and fat tire L cheese. Before this day, I had tried or heard of roasted seaweed wraps or fat tire L cheese, but after trying them, they've become a favorite amongst the family. But at this point, I wasn't sure how he would combine these items, so I decided to continue to clean the double staircase and take it as a surprise later. And as you can see, these stairs were as dirty as ever. Also, I didn't record vacuuming this landing or removing stains off the risers, but they were done along with cleaning the lanterns I keep on the lower half of these stairs. As I was cleaning these stairs, I did hear the jingle on the LG washer, which means our load is ready to go on the dryer. But first, we'll finish cleaning these stairs and we'll do a quick check on hubby to see how far he's gotten with dinner, because I'm curious as to how he will incorporate the roasted seaweed wraps and fat tire L cheese with the sauteed vegetables and roasted chicken. At this point, hubby had finished prepping the mushrooms, kale, and red peppers, as well as seasoned the chicken and placed it in the oven. By the way, since I'm in the laundry room, I want to share a quick tip you can use if you find your dryer shutting off prematurely without fully drying the load. Most dryers have a moisture sensor to automatically stop the cycle when clothes are dry, but if the sensors are dirty or damaged, they may not accurately read the moisture level, thus causing it to shut off prematurely. A quick fix is to clean them with a damp microfiber cloth and a drop of mild soap. And for most dryers, the moisture sensor is usually located inside the dryer drum or near the lint filter housing. I wish you could smell the roasted chicken that was in the oven because it smelled absolutely delicious. And of course, before returning to clean, I had to stop and look at what was done and ask the question, when can we eat? Because at this point, I was salivating. I did turn the iRobot on in the family room this morning, so the only area I need to vacuum today is by these stairs. And once done, returning the vacuum and setting up the ironing board, we'll check the dryer to see if our load is dry. As I unloaded the dryer, hubby announced that the chicken was ready. So instead of folding this load right away, we'll clean the dryer's lint filter and door to the dryer, then place this load on the ironing board so I can fold it later. I'm not sure what you would call this recipe, but hubby placed slices of the roasted chicken on the seaweed wraps, as well as a slice of the fat tire L cheese. He then placed fresh parsley and red onions on top of the cheese before wrapping the ingredients in the roasted seaweed wraps. It did take time to wrap the ingredients fully, but it was worth it. And after my first bite, I was hooked. And as always, I hope you enjoyed today's video, and if so, please like, subscribe if you're new, comment, and share. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.